Hey guys, welcome to the Artisan channel. Today I got something nifty and handy in front of us. A lot of you guys probably already know about this thingy here, or heard about it at least. This is a USB wireless adapter 2 from 8BitDo, and I want to put it to the ultimate test to see if it really has the seal of approval from Artisan or not. Because I'm kind of, very whiny when it comes about my controller preferences, and I have good experience with 8BitDo controller. This one is an not an SN30 Pro, but this one is called now the 8BitDo Pro 2. It's a black one, the latest and greatest from their lineup for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and for Windows, macOS as well. And this is a good controller, very versatile, very nice. They really do their best trying to satisfy their customers. It has it supports even software to map the buttons on the back and stuff like that. Play around with your dead zones, sensitivity of your analog sticks, how far it should go to trigger a response from the analog triggers on the back. It looks kind of pro gamer kind of stuff, but this controller, I wouldn't really use it for FPS games because it's kind of lightweight and kind of small on my hands. I prefer to have a little more girth when it comes to controllers like the DualShock or Dualsense, sorry, over here. This one here looks perfect for FPS games in my opinion, and I want to use that with my Nintendo Switch. The only way to do that currently is using this dongle over here, the USB wireless adapter 2 by 8BitDo, because 8BitDo knows what they're doing and they are targeting that market, and they got me in their trap. I got this set up over here with the cameras. I'm going to test the DualShock 4 and the DualSense controller with Crysis on a Nintendo Switch, which is being feeding to my capture card over here, and we're going to see. So currently we have a gyroscope controller. It has gyro functionality. It's not that great, to be honest, the 8BitDo, because I did not update it, but if I update it, probably it will be a lot better. I should update it, to be honest. I've updated it once only before. And it does what a Nintendo Switch Pro controller would do, except amiibo functionality and waking up from sleep on a Nintendo Switch. We're also going to test this out with Windows, don't worry, that's the second segment of the video, but this one first is the part where I will be surprised if they do it really good. So that's why I do the hardest part first, which is the Nintendo Switch capabilities. Now, and let's just unbox this first. And I told you the information already. The description has some information about platform compatibility. It is compatible with Switch, Windows, Raspberry Pi, macOS, and RetroPie and stuff like that. To pair it, it's quite easy. We're going to go through it as well, and it has compatibility with DualShock 4, 3, DualSense, Xbox Series controllers 1 and X and S, Bluetooth controllers, Switch Pro, Switch Joy-Cons, Wiimote, Wii U Pro controller, and 8BitDo Bluetooth controllers, as well as the arcade stick from 8BitDo. So that's a long list of controllers that is supported. The input controllers are not supported apparently. That's what they did not say. It has a manual, but we don't really read manuals. It also has a list of controllers that are supported on here. This is all in English. The backside, probably Chinese. We can put it on the side. I'm gonna put this here. And this is the thing itself. It feels kind of flimsy. I can snap it in half with my hands. But as long as it does the job, this cheap dongle will be godsend. I'll plug it into my Switch right now. I got it here, and there's a button on the back. I hope I forgot if I showed it to you guys or not. It's over here. Try to focus, camera, and there you have the button. It's pressable for pairing mode. For the rest, let's plug it in, and now the Switch will start. I'm going to disconnect the controller, the 8BitDo Pro controller over here, and it will prompt me to connect the controller to it. I'll have to press on the back of the button on the dongle, which I did right now, and then it will start flashing rapidly. The DualSense controller, to do it in pairing mode, you hold the share button and then press long press the home button and it will start flashing, and then it should connect, and it is detected. That's quite quickly. And the gyroscope controls just work really well. What? They did the job really solidly with the gyroscope. Now let's see the analog sticks. Yeah, there's a freedom of movement like this. The tiptoeing movements and that kind of stuff. And also you can kind of turn around slowly or much faster using the analog sticks. It feels a lot better than the 8BitDo Pro 2 controller with the Dualsense already on a Nintendo Switch, to be honest. But I can see an issue with this being here in this location, so I mispress it sometimes when I'm doing intense gameplay. I go to the home button, and that's not ideal at all. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at the Ultimate software. So I probably did not talk about the Ultimate software yet. We're going to go to the web page of the SN30 Pro, or the dongle, and the Ultimate software has mapping functionalities, so you can assign the button with functionality to your liking. It has stick customizability, as you can see written over here, for precise control and dead zones and stuff like that, and the maximum range to be fully actuated, 100% or not. The triggers, how sensitive they are, how far they have to be pressed down to react. Vibrators, you can do the intensity lower or higher. Macros as well, if you want to cheat. Apparently you can have a long sequence of actions for a single button. That is nice to have, but not online, because that is cheating. On the tech specs, it says what we did not mention yet, that is Bluetooth 4.0, not 2.1 like the first iteration, so they claim it's lag-free. They should, I'm going to concentrate on that later on as well once again. It supports X input mode platforms, as well D input mode platforms, Mac mode platforms, and Switch mode platforms, so that kind of stuff is what it supports. The firmware is upgradable. I have the firmware over here. It says connect the 8BitDo to the PC, which we're going to do later on. So not yet. And the control compatibility, we already talked about that. All that stuff has been covered. Let's go back to Nintendo Switch. And, I'm going to check the, rapidness of the analogs, the analog triggers. So here a little bit, I pressed it a little bit, it reacts immediately. It's really quick. So I would consider this lag-free. Yes, this is very quick, like even quicker than on the capture card, of course, but it's instantaneous. Perfect. Really, this is perfect. I have no complaints about the latency at all. There's no input lag going on. This is perfectly playable. I'm going to test it out later on in Smash Bros, and I can write down on the bottom, kind of over here, if it lags or not, because I'm very sensitive when it comes to Smash Bros, but I don't want to take too much time on this video for you guys, because we're going to switch over to Windows to see it with the device manager kind of interface to see if it works well or not. So you probably know the results already on the in the text that I wrote over here, once again, for you to make sure that you know it. So for the Nintendo Switch with the Dualsense controller, I am very satisfied. Let's try to see how easy this is to connect the DualShock. And then we do it the same way, the share button, and it starts flashing. And then I'm gonna press the button. This is the backwards sequence. Oh, and it's connected already. That's very nice. And then you can do L and R. You just go in like this, and it's perfect. I noticed on the DualShock 4 that the axes are easier to move in than. But that's the DualShock 4's issue. It's kind of, linear movements. But it can go very slow, and you can go a lot faster. You can move slower and go faster as well. Yeah, like this, very slowly. And then once again, the home button position is not very nice, and I'm going to change that on the Ultimate software later on. Let's see how fast it is with the DualShock 4. That is very fast. This is perfectly doable and playable. Like, I have no complaints about this at all yet. But now it's time to go over to a different situation and different scenario where we plug it into Windows. So I'm going to plug it into my USB dongle on my desk over here. And it says new firmware is available for this stick. So you can kind of do custom profiles for button combinations as well. That's what's written on this update log over here. I'm going to update it. It's going to take some time. I don't know if it has to do that. It kind of reconnects in a different state, and it has now a green LED on the back that it is in update mode. So that's something interesting. When it updates, it has a green LED on the back. The more you know. And now it starts going blue again. So controller that I'm going to connect to my PC is a Dualsense controller. So turn off the Dualsense. It also tells you how to pair it. That's very nice of them on this software. And now it should kind of connect. And then I press the pair button on the... Oh, and it connected. That's nice. And we're going to use it for Windows currently. So I'm going to see the mappings are all written over here, as you can see. You can also change the analog sticks and have the dead zone and stuff, the inactive area and active area for the analog sticks, pretty much talking about the dead zones. As well as the triggers, they can be, you know, kind of triggered in a earlier fashion or in a later fashion, depending on how far you depress it. Vibration intensities can be changed, macros can be done and mapped over here, which I will not turn on ever. But it's there if you need it. You know, for the people who want to cheat a little bit. I think the home button should be changed to the pad on the top, because the home button is in between the analog sticks, and I had some instances where I just mispress the home button and stuff like that. But that's something with the that's something that I have an issue with the controller itself, the Dualsense and the DualShock. We can go to the switch as well and then check it out. We also have the gyroscope. No, we don't. We can also map it. I'm going to map this one right now to the home button. I'm going to kind of null. Do null. Null means that it's nothing, of course. Minus and plus and share button. I never use a share button, so I'm going to change this to home. That is perfect. That's great. So like this, I'm able to play Super Smash Bros. Without any problems. And in the text down below where you are checking right now, you can see if it worked out well or not. So what I want to test right now, last but not least, is a Razer controller. If I succeed, you will know. This is the input, so it should not work. So that kind of sums up this video, and I love this adapter. It's really good. This conclusion is kind of separate from the video that I just showed and the content that I just showed a while earlier, because I used it for a couple of hours with Super Smash Bros. Gameplay, and it really did its job well. I think this is really something that I'm going to use every time I use my Nintendo Switch until the Nintendo Switch expires. So 8BitDo wireless adapter 2. Definitely something that I approve of, and it's a great piece of engineering, and I hope you guys like this video and are happy with it and it was helpful to you all. Please like, subscribe, be part of the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.